Hey guys, Todd Vanderwide here again for Freedom Steel, former NRA contract lobbyist and called the Illinois Gun Law Guru. So, a couple of things here. We got the judge's order on those three cases yesterday, telling that the state has to come up with a response for every item banned. And as I was talking with a number of people about this, and we've been talking about how broad this ban is. And then if you go in and you see that Governor Newsom is out there already setting the stage that they're going to get their butts kicked in with the magazine ban, the semi-auto ban, and the other stuff in Cali, that they're looking for a loss there. You're seeing, the courts turn based on the New York decision. And so a lot of people have asked that, when I bring up that this bill, the law that they passed affects shotguns, it affects Ruger 1022s, it affects other things. How could they just write something like that? And a couple of things, and just to be sure, none of my hats are lined with tinfoil here, but what if we've got all these rumors that the worst kept secret in Springfield is now that Governor Pizza the Hut wants to sit there and run for president, and he's trying to check all the boxes on the COVID response and gun bans and abortion and all this stuff. And it's a question I've had about, what comes out of California, because the rumor is that Gavin Newsom might want to run for president if Biden's not running. So what if they wrote a bill so broad, so bad, so wildly an overreach that it was by design? That if their long-term plan is they're not going to get anyway with the Supreme Court the way it is, that they need a Democratic president and a Democratic Senate, that if one or more of the Republicans decides to retire, die like Anthony Scalia did, or like Justice Ginsburg did, and that we now have vacancies on the court that the Democrats can fill, or that with a Democratic Congress and with a Democratic Congress, because the Republicans did oh so well in this last election in their messaging and their get out the vote stuff, that if they were to have a Democratic Congress, House, Senate, and the presidency, that you now have the Illinois gun ban being shot down, if you have the California gun ban being shot down, if you have the Maryland gun ban being shot down, and you have all this other stuff, these domestic violence restraining order cases coming out, the marijuana stuff, if red flag laws get cut out, you have the permit to purchase stuff out of Oregon, if our FOID card goes away. What if part of this could be by design, that now they are going to run? They have a boogeyman. They have the Supreme Court. But for the Supreme Court, we could have these reasonable gun control measures. We could have these ban on so-called assault weapons. Never wanting to tell people that average shotguns, your kid's 22, the 22 that millions of Americans grew up with, are banned under these laws. And that it's not, they make something so bad they know it's going to lose in court, not trying to get something that might be found constitutional. That would be the big hope at the end of the day. What if they've written this one in Illinois, and you're seeing this pop up in Washington, you're seeing this pop up in Nevada, that if it's written so bad that there's no choice for the courts but to declare it unconstitutional, and then for them to sit there and say, see, this is why we have to change the terms of the Supreme Court. This is why we need to have term limits there. We need to pack the court. We need to put more people who are in tune with the community, who are in tune with our values. That we need to stop this judicial activism, and that you have Newsom and or Jabba the Hutt and any other of these Democrats sitting there running, and the whole thing is to do nothing but to vilify the United States Supreme Court, to cast doubt on any decision that this court hands down, to neutralize them, to make them be just illegitimate, that they have, their decisions are just wrong. Because it didn't matter that, we've gone to court 4 times and won. We won 3 times prior to New York, but the courts did not want to listen to what the Supreme Court said in Heller. And with that, just a thought. What if their whole plan is for these Democratic governors to run, or any other, a linchpin of their campaign is going to be to just demagogue, demonize, and ostracize the current court, as it's the impediment to the utopia and the society that they want. It's a thought. But in between now and then, in that next 18 months when a presidential campaign starts to kick off the ground, we're going to be fighting in the courts under the current precedent that we have, and we're going to be doing that. As always, just a couple of quick thoughts here. Going to try to pump out a little more content for you guys. As always, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and copy and paste the link to this video to all your social media sites, like to see up in so many other places. So, as always, guys, frag out.